Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. Christmas was yesterday, but today we're still in the holidays. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm Victoria, and I'm a midwife, childbirth educator, birth coach, and also a doula in Lagos, Nigeria. And hello, Zubechi, welcome, welcome. If you're here, make sure you're giving this video a thumbs up. Make sure that you're commenting where you're watching from. Today it's really going to be very, very interesting because I have a special guest with me. And I want you guys to go ahead after the video, check her out on her Instagram, and also follow her on YouTube where she teaches amazing stuff on our YouTube channel, and you'll get to know a little bit more about her. And I'm going to welcome Undi Speaks TV to the platform. Today, like you guys have seen, we're talking about postpartum depression. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, because this would also be posted on YouTube, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you give this video a like button, and make sure you share if you're gaining value from it, because it is very important to help all the moms, all the family, all the people gain value and learn. And postpartum depression is something that happens, and there was an episode that happened that really broke my heart. So I'm really excited that I get to share this with my friend today. Hi Gasidi Femi, welcome. Let us know where you're watching from, and make sure you're giving this video a like. And PMPs 23, welcome, welcome everyone. Let's know where you're watching from and how was your Christmas yesterday. Well, I'm going to have my guest coming now. All right, as she comes in, hi,
Hi.
how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I am doing well. How are you?
I'm good. You're glowing.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. I guess it's a Christmas glow. I don't
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. Are you working? Are you busy with work, or you have off?
You know what? My son had some days off, so I took off with him because of course he's 3. So he doesn't have any way to be. He has to be home. So I had to take off the same time. So I've been home for the past 3 days. So maybe that's why I look a little rested.
Dude. Let's just start with this Christmas spirit. A lot of people are coming in, and I want them also to join in this. What are you thankful for this holiday? What are you thankful for?
Oh my God, I'm just thankful for life. Because, it's been a rough year with so many people dying, especially the kind of work that I do. I see a lot of people that, have been sick, and you hear a lot of stories with their family members dying, people that are younger than you dying from COVID. And you're just like, oh my God, who am I that God is keeping alive? You know what I mean? So I'm just thankful for the breath that I have inside of me. I'm just grateful for life.
Absolutely. Wow. That's a big one. That's a big one. And I know people are coming in. Welcome everybody. We're thankful for all of you guys here. And we want you guys to join in the conversation. What are you thankful for this Christmas season? And I think I will go next. I think for me, I'm thankful for my family. I think it's just something to being home with your family.
Yeah.
That it's not like being out. And I'm thankful to be with my family, to be able to spend just the Christmas season with them. Not perfect, no one is perfect, but it's just good to come home and just spend time with them. So I'm really, really thankful for that. Igasidi Femi says, I'm so thankful for the gift of life. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Sally Girongo, welcome. Let us know what you're thankful for, and make sure you are pumping that heart button and liking this video. Express TV says, I'm thankful for my family as well.
Yeah.
Hi,
Jenny.
I think these are your people, so go ahead and
Hi,
welcome.
Sally. Thank you so much for joining.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, let's go straight ahead into the topic for today. May I ask you first, why postpartum depression for you? Because I saw you talked about it last week on
Yeah.
your um on your on your Instagram live page. What happened? Why postpartum depression?
Because I see a lot of young parents after childbirth, because I see kids, and sometimes I see them struggling through it. Especially, I am mostly passionate about blacks because I feel like for some reason, I don't know, it's still something that we are struggling to break from, which is the stigma when it comes to mental health. And Channing is here. She's a mental health specialist. So
Wow.
I'm sure she sees that as well because she's black and she sees a lot of black people. It is so difficult sometimes for them, especially in men, for them to to open up to people, and you can tell when you're talking to them that they are struggling, but for some reason it's just hard for them to say, yes, I am struggling a bit with my mental health. I need a bit of help when, after I'm feeling this way after I've had my baby. So I felt like it's something that I wanted to talk about and let people know that it is okay, that is just another disease like hypertension,
You're
like
right.
preeclampsia when people have, that during pregnancy. Why is depression or postpartum depression so different? Why do you think that you can talk about it when you're okay to talk to someone about diabetes, So that's why I just, in my own little way, I just want to break that stigma. Yes, Channing said, especially in men.
You're
Yes, like
right.
black
You're
men, there's
right.
this thing about pride. They don't want to agree or accept. I don't know. Maybe sometimes it has to do with pride, or sometimes it just has to do with the shame of being seen as weak, because black men, I feel like they've been raised to be strong. They're always, their
Don't
parents always say,
cry. Don't
don't
talk about
cry.
emotions.
hmm So it's, and sometimes when I talk to them, the men, and I will ask them, do you want to talk to someone? Because, I can put in a referral for you to speak to someone. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't need to talk to someone. I got it. I got it. But no, you don't. So you have to, they have to like trust you to, because if you keep talking to them and say, you know what, it is okay. So they have to like trust you for them to open up. Yep. Sally says societal pressure and the expectations of manhood and what it means to be a man. Absolutely.
You're right.
Yep.
hmm And I
So,
wonder, do you think it might help? By the way, Sally, thank you so much. I saw you said, I'm grateful for everything. God's hands have been so perfect. I'm speechless. He fixes
oh,
everything in amazing ways. Amen.
oh,
God
yes.
is good. God is good. Sally, since this is your field, we really want you to, if you don't mind, just continue to be active in the comments, and we'll read it out. I know we're more gonna talk about the women today, but even if we talk about the men, so far so good, because they need it. We need it. They need it.
Mm-hmm.
We all need
Mm-hmm.
it. And I was just thinking, this is just from the top of my head. Do you think if it's a man talking to a man, maybe they would have more like, yeah, let me talk to you, maybe you would understand what I'm saying, instead of it being also from like a woman's perspective. Like, I think you need it, even though you are a professional. But I don't know, do you understand what I'm trying to
I
say?
think so.
Is the
Yep,
man
I
like
do.
referring them, or who is the mental health professional that would be more
Mm-hmm.
open to talking about it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Indy and
I
Sally?
think so. I think you mixed them up. Channing is actually the mental health specialist. So Sally is just saying, um, it's not my field, but men also suffer. Yep, yep, yep. They are also new parents. Yep. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I think for the men, for some reason, yep, you're right. if it's a man, even at work, they open up a bit more with men than women. I think it's just an ego thing. Because even there are some things they want to talk to you about, and they try to go around the bush, like they try to beat up around it. So, for example, not that I'm going off topic. For example, something like erectile dysfunction, they have no problem talking to another guy about it.
About it, you're
But
right.
but when it's you, they're like, I'm having problems, and this that. And sometimes I have to laugh to kind of break the ice. Like, oh, are you trying to tell me about erectile dysfunction? And then the person will laugh, and then they open up more. So yes, I do think that it matters if it's a man versus a woman talking to them. Yeah. And sometimes if you tell them, like, I can specifically request for a guy to see you, they may be more open about doing that.
Wow,
Mhm.
wow. Thanks for sharing that perspective. So you mentioned it's not Sally, and Sally's saying, no, this is not my field. It's express to heal, right?
Yes.
Okay, so sorry about that mix up. Thank you, Express to Heal. Express to Heal said rapport building is essential and depending on the person's gender can play a part. Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, guys, for talking about this. I know there's some men in the room here, so if you guys want to just also let us know what you're thinking. Do you think you would, if it's, is it a gender thing for you in opening up about your mental health issues? If you have mental health issues, the men in the room. Hi, Dr. Paul. Thank you so much for watching. We're just talking about postpartum depression, not just in women, but also in men. And we're asking if you think that men will be more open to talking about their mental health issues with the man, or it's just a man thing that you don't talk about it. All right, let's keep on going. So I am prepared as a midwife to talk about my women. That's what I prepared for. Izzy, what did you prepare for? Tell us.
uh,
What did you prepare for? Did you prepare for
uh,
the women, or you just open to both the men in
we
the
can
room?
talk about both. We can talk
All right.
about both, whichever one.
Okay. So I think for me, I did a little bit more research just to prepare for this live. And I know with pregnant women, hi Elizabeth, how are you? I know with pregnant women, especially when you've just had a baby, it is normal when there's a new thing that just happened to you. First, as a woman, we have hormones. I mean, men do as well, but now I'm more specific to like someone that just had a baby. Your hormone level has dropped. You've just had a baby. The weight around you has dropped. Water has dropped. Blood has dropped. Whatever has dropped. So much more has dropped. So of course you're a different person. Like especially new parents. Like it's a new thing for you. It's the first
Mm-hmm.
time. And there's something we call postpartum blues. And that usually sets in about 2 to 3 days after you've had your baby. And the mom, it's a feeling of just like you're happy, like, oh my goodness, my cute baby, like I can't believe I did this, I can't believe, and then you just have like a mood swing and you're like, what, I have to take care of a whole stupid
Human being.
thing. Like this baby is dependent on me, I have to feed this baby, I have, and so you might see new moms crying, tearing up, like, I don't know if I can do this, and all of that. And as a midwife, usually we would ask our moms, like, have you had like a good cry yet? Like, just that feeling for them to know it's normal.
Oh, wow.
Some people feel like, how can I tell someone I'm feeling that way? I should be
Yeah.
happy, but here I'm high, feeling like this is overwhelming. That is okay to feel that way because first you have hormone drop, hormone shift rather. Your mood is changing. You've had a new baby you have to care for all by yourself. Of course, you have
Mm-hmm.
support, but you're breastfeeding the baby most times if you choose to breastfeed. You're the one waking up in the middle of the night. You're
Yep.
not getting enough sleep. And
Yep.
that's a big thing. Even when you're not pregnant and you're not, even a woman, if you don't have enough sleep, sleep is very important. Usually you wake up in the morning and you're like cranky and you're irritated and you're irritable. And so now plus a baby, it's totally okay that you're like that. And with postpartum blues, we would tell moms, around 1 to 2 weeks, you should start to feel better. You should start to, get be in a routine. Understand what's going on. You have your support system already, and you're getting used to your new normal. And usually around 1 to 2 weeks, moms like snap out of it and they're okay.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people watching now. If you can relate to postpartum depression, if you not postpartum depression, excuse me, I mean postpartum blues, or if you're watching this on a replay and you feel like, oh yeah, I've seen a mom crying when she's just had a baby, or you're like, even me, it happened to me, let us know in the comment, because it helps people that will go back and watch this to be able to see that. All right. Okay, so going back to postpartum depression, so the blues stops around 1 to 2 weeks, and then depression if that doesn't stop. If that doesn't stop, and it's a feeling of the same thing, but then it gets worse. You can't sleep, you're not bonding with your baby, you feel overwhelmed, you can't eat well, you might even start having negative thoughts like, that is not okay, you need help, and it's okay to ask for help. That's why you have your midwife, that's why you have your nurse, that's why you have your doctor, whoever is your healthcare provider during this time. This is the time to talk to them. Do not wait until it's your next checkup. No, call them up. Tell them, I'm feeling this way. Tell your husband, I'm feeling this way. We actually even have a scale on how we check this stuff. But if you're feeling this way, it is okay to ask for help. Well, I'm going to stop a little bit here. And Sally Jirongo says, India, I'll have you go ahead and read that, please.
She said, babies are strangers you already love. Oh, that is so true. Learning the new person who completely dependent on you is not easy. It's almost backwards. Yep. You love the stranger before you meet them. Yep. So true. So
absolutely, true. Absolutely. Thank you, Sally, for sharing that, because that's powerful. And it's true. It's not because you don't love your baby. It's just your hormones, what's happening, and that's totally normal. Let's go a little bit more. Have you experienced anything like that in your pregnancies or postpartum?
So for me, I feel like my last baby, which is so, I don't know, that this is why we need to talk about this, because not because you've had one baby, two babies, it doesn't mean that you're not going to go through that, because I never actually experienced that. I mean, my first baby, I was worried because it was my first baby, but I was worried about little things like if it's coughing, or if the eye is too yellow, so stuff like that, physical stuff. But with my third baby, I noticed that when we got home, I was actually like, would stay up at night, and I would be so worried about if he's breathing, if he's okay. Oh my God, I can't believe that God gave me this. Why am I responsible for this human being? He's so tiny. And I'm like, why am I noticing all these things now? But when I felt like I did not notice, maybe because the other ones were older, I don't know. But I noticed that when we got home, I was worried, I was scared, I was anxious at night. So my husband would tell me, you're not sleeping, what's going on with you? Are you okay? Wow. But that was just baby blues, because like after maybe like a few days, that went away and I was back to my normal self. So yes, it is totally normal for you to feel, because like you said, there's a shift in your hormones, there's imbalance in your hormones, and it's just sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming to be responsible for a whole new human being.
Right.
So yeah, so I did experience a little touch of it, but we thank God.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. As you guys are coming in, let us know where you're watching from. We're talking about
Hi,
postpartum
Ivy.
depression. Yes, welcome everyone, and make sure you're giving this like. Press that like button. Like you could do this as many times as possible for Instagram. It really helps us. All right. Thank you, Indy, for sharing that. I think for me, in my experience, I haven't seen. I'm trying to think. I think I've seen postpartum blues for sure. Maybe once or twice I've seen postpartum depression in my experience. And the blues is just normal for us. Like, this baby is so cute. But also, this is a lot. This is a lot. But usually our moms, because I'm a midwife, and with our model of care during pregnancy, we make sure that they have a support system lined up for postpartum. Like, you
No,
can't be alone.
that's good.
You need that. So we make sure there's someone. We even know about that person, you know. And most of our moms, they have like their mother coming, they have their sisters coming, they have like a niece or a older cousin coming. So they have them lined up. So I think that really helps our moms
Yep.
to know they have a support system. Some even have like their churches bringing in food. Like, I'm like, this is really good. We
That's
don't have that in
nice.
Nigeria. I hope like we start something like that. But they bring food for like 2 weeks. Those who
Wow.
can relate to that, let me know in the comment, in your culture or in your church or where you live at. If you guys do stuff like that, I think it's really, really nice.
That's
That
nice.
there's like a community
2 weeks of food. Ooh.
of food. Like, yes, don't, I don't have to cook, you know. Um, so yeah, I think the support system really helps us not to see all of that other stuff. But I would say the depression I've seen, I think it was a family. I'm trying to remember the story clearly, but the mom had lots of kids, lots of children, and children are a blessing. But she had a lot of them. They were all little, and she didn't have a support system. And I think that was probably the reason why she was so overwhelmed, and it was just really hard for her. And we just the same thing. We just had to talk about it. We had to talk about it. We helped her set up a system, a support system, and she got better.
Oh,
So,
good.
so she didn't get to taking medications, but she got better. And I think that leads me to the last part of this segment I want to talk about, and then Indy can talk about her own stuff as well, from her perspective, from how you work. So as a midwife, with postpartum depression, like I said, we have a scale, we have a way there are questions we would ask you that we would know. And of course, after you've had your baby, we would, call you up, come visit you a day after that. We'll see you, we'll call you up 3 days after, 5 days after. Then 2 weeks, you'll come in and see us. Then 6 weeks, we'll see you again. In some places, we might even see you 4 weeks, 6 weeks. But we are always there. Like, if you need us, we are here for you. That's why you are hiring us. So I think we give more care, and it's also more relational. Like, we talk to you, not just even about your pregnancy. We talk about your family. We talk about the weather. Like, it's very relatable. So I really like our model of care. I think our moms are more connected with us in that way. So maybe that's also why we don't see a lot. But I'm going to, anyone watching us, anyone be watching this, if you see any mom feeling overwhelmed, crying all the time, can't sleep, they don't want to eat, you see them, they're not bonding with their baby, please alert someone.
Yeah.
Please alert someone. Because sometimes you can't even say it. They don't even feel like they can talk about it because it just does not sound right, like politically, or just as a mother. Like, how would you not like your baby, And it's not really about that. There's just something more to that. And medically speaking, what we'll do is actually for us, we'll have to refer them out if it gets to like depression. Because if you don't treat depression, it could lead to psychosis.
Psychosis, yeah.
And those has to be handled by like a psychiatrist, You have to take medication and things like that for that. So please, if you see anyone experiencing that, please help. Tell them to call up something or call someone for them. Tell their husband, call their midwife. They've already paid for those services anyways. At least for midwives you have before you hire them or in the process. So yeah, please do that. Indeed, do you have anything to say with what I just said? Anything you want to add to that?
Um, yeah, so I would just like, reiterate what you just said. Um, if you notice anyone, because it takes a village for some things. Someone that is going through something may not necessarily be in the place to speak up. But if you notice that they are going through it, you can speak up for them. Sometimes it's the people around that notice that thing, those things, because even the person that is going through that, they may not really sometimes even notice that something is going on with them. So if you see something like that, just speak up. You can ask them, you can talk to them, and if you think that they really do need help, please reach out to someone that can help them. Another thing I would add is, please, please, please do not shame anyone for this. And if you have to talk to someone, let it be someone that you can trust. Or if you have to talk to someone on behalf of another person, let it be someone they can trust, someone that will actually help them, not someone that will end up, talking to others about it without even offering the help to this person that needs help. Because once you start shaming someone, it just makes them retract back even more. It's
Absolutely.
gonna be hard for them to even speak about any other thing. They might even deny it if someone asks them, because you've already spoiled it for them. So that's one thing I really, because I think that's like one of the main reasons people don't like talking about it, because they're seen as being weak or not being a good mother. Like, how can you not like your baby? How can you not love your baby? Those are things that they cannot control. So please, please, please be of support to someone. So for me, I usually see, like after birth, when they come, I'm usually seeing the baby, not the mom. So mine is kind of opposite. But part of my job is to ask the mom, are you okay? Do you have support? Because there are things I have to talk to mom about, because if you're not okay, then you're not going to be able to take care of the baby.
Absolutely.
So, so I have to tell you, like, when the baby sleeps, make sure you sleep, especially the young moms. Because I've had a lot of young moms, they'll come, it's their first baby, they come to the baby's appointment, they didn't bring no bag, no baby bag. So there's no diaper, baby poops. So now I have to buy a diaper and keep.
Like in your office.
Honestly, because they're like, I just thought we just coming for appointment. I didn't bring a diaper. I'm like, honey, you have a baby now. Wherever you go, diaper bag goes with you. You need to
Absolutely.
take food, change of clothes. So these are the things that I notice that I have to talk to them. And of course, I have to ask them, do you have help? Who is the one helping you? Do you have anyone at home that holds the baby for you? What do you need? Is there any way I can help you? And then from that, I'll know like where their mindset is and then how to help them. Of course, I'm not like their primary care, because I am the baby's primary care, but it helps me know that the baby is okay. And then if they need help, there are things I can do, like contact our social work department and say, hey, can you guys give this baby's mom some help? So you're dealing with the mom, I'm dealing with the
Yeah,
baby.
the moment the
So
baby together until 6 weeks, and then they're off of our radar. But we will, even if we have to refer them to you guys, we will
yeah,
do that. Yeah,
yeah,
wow, wow. Thank you for sharing that. I'm glad that even though the mom is not like your primary focus, you still talk to them because they're
yep.
kind of like your care provider for the baby that you
Yeah.
so we have to make sure they are okay. All right. I see there are lots of people coming in, and I just want to say welcome. Let us know where you're watching from and what are you thankful for. And if you've experienced or if you've seen someone that's experienced postpartum blues, or postpartum depression. And guys, if you have any questions for Indy, by the way, Indy is a nurse practitioner. I didn't even allow her to introduce herself. What? This is so sad. I'm
That's
so
fine.
sorry. I didn't follow protocol. Indy, can you please introduce yourself and what
Oh
you
God.
do?
My name is Andy. I am a family nurse practitioner. So it just means that I take care of I see babies from birth to an elderly man. So I see everyone when it comes to like primary care, regular well-being. I currently live in Maryland in US, and I work in a federal health qualified center, which means that we see everybody. So
Love it.
I can see newborn to like someone that is dealing with drugs. So women's health, doing pelvic exams, all of that. So um, yeah, basically that's it.
I love it. I love it. So, guys, that's what Indy does. And if you have any question, it does not even have to be about postpartum depression. If you have any questions for her or for me, I'm a midwife. Put them in the comment section and we would answer all your questions. We're kind of coming to an end, but if you have any questions, this is your free chance where you don't have to pay any money, any consultation fee for that, okay? And if you're watching this on replay, you can do that as well. And hopefully in our next live, we can also answer those questions. All right, if you're here watching, go ahead and give this video a like. Like, you could just spoil that like button on this video. You could do that here on Instagram. It is possible. All right, we're very thankful for you guys. Indy, I wanted to share this story, and I think I was trying to share it on your live video last week. And this is a very sad one. And even though I like positivity, but I think we also have to be realistic people.
Yeah.
This actually happened here in Nigeria, and yeah, it happened here in Nigeria, and it went viral last year. And it was about this young mom. I wonder if she's had a history of depression. I'm not sure. Oh, by the way, I look up the statistics, and the statistics of moms that experience postpartum blues is 80%.
Oh
So,
my
guys,
goodness, that's
80%
a
is a
lot.
lot. So it's normal. You might feel like I don't want to talk about this, and your next mother, she's experienced the same thing. So it is normal to talk about. It is normal that you experience it. Just make sure you're talking to whoever is your care provider, your primary care provider, so you can get the help you want. You just push out the baby. You just were pregnant for 9 months. Like, please, get help. Okay, it is normal. All right. And then the statistics for postpartum depression is 10%. So it's not a lot, but it does happen. And when it happens, we want you to get help. And that's why we're talking about this. So I'm going back to the story. It was trending on social media. And this young mom, she didn't have a husband.
Oh.
And she had this baby. I wonder if she was raped. I don't remember all the backstory. But what happened was I told a child was a baby still, and she told the baby, I'm gonna kill you. Like, I'm not happy. And her sister, I'm not sure if she hears her say this, but she knows that she's not bonding with the baby. They're very detached. She would just feed the baby, that's it. And she was just struggling a lot. But everyone has their own problems and their own lives. And so she was alone with the baby. And one day she told the baby, you're gonna die today. So it's like she's not in her mind. It's not like she's being evil. It's just how she's feeling. And so she told the baby, and I forgot what she did the first time, but the baby didn't die. And she's like, okay, you didn't die. I have to do this again because I'm done with you. And this lady, this is so sad. She put a baby in like a bucket and closed it, and the bucket
Oh
had
my
water.
God.
And she did not allow the baby to come out. So the baby forced and forced to come out
Oh,
until the baby died.
oh
And you know
my
what she did? She
God.
went to the hospital, to the police station, which is like the cop station. I don't know what you call it in the US, but a police station. And she reported herself that, oh, I just, I did this to my baby. And they were like, and there was no remorse. There was just no attachment to it.
Yeah.
And so, this is Nigeria, and some people termed it to be like, oh, maybe, some black magic power, or it's just
Psychosis.
a great, yeah. And it is a typical example of psychosis. Like, all the red flags were there. She had no support whatsoever. She says these things and people hear her and they're just like, maybe she's crazy. But she is getting there, but they didn't see it until she did that. And it was really, really sad to talk about. I really wanted to make a video about it, but I wasn't ready then. And I'm so glad, Indy. Thank you for, you know, prompting this topic, because this is very important. So yeah, that was that story. And I feel like, I guess it's not talked about. You said in the Black community in the US, and here in Nigeria, mental health is not like the big deal. People see physical health like, wow, health, high blood pressure, diabetes, all this other stuff, like you need to go to the hospital. But mental health, oh, you could just think positive things. Just think positive things.
Yeah.
You're fine. You'll be fine. But no, the same way you need a good physical health, is the same way you need your mental health. And I almost feel like mental health is even so much more important. Like, even maybe more than your physical health. Because if you're not okay here, you can't be okay in your body. If you think medication is gonna make you sick, it will probably make you sick. I experienced a boy. He had cancer, and he would always like ask for painkillers. And there was a time they were like, we can't keep giving him this. And the docs, they'll give him a placebo tablet. It was just like a sugar, what would you call it? A sugar pill. And he would take it and he'll be like, yeah, I'm fine. And in my mind, I'm just like, it's the mind. And so your mind has so much to do with your physical health. So please, it is very, very important. Let's talk about it. Let's break the stigma about it, and let's share this video. Indy, do you have anything to add to this?
Someone has a question. I think Shay Fumi says, as a nurse, how can you help a mother with postpartum depression? So for me, I would say, as a nurse, the only thing you can do is to support, and then maybe talk to someone that can actually help them, because it's kind of tough, because you want to help, but you're not able to diagnose, you're not able to see them, but you know that they're going through it. So the only thing you can do is, if you get the go ahead from the mother, you can maybe talk to if they're married, talk to their husband, or talk to a close family member that can actually get them the help that they need. Because you can only, like, maybe their doctor, if you're able to. It's kind of, you're kind of in a tough position, because you're just the nurse for this person, but at the same time you're at a position where you're seeing a lot. So sometimes they trust you. I remember when I was a bedside nurse, there are some things that they will tell you a lot of things. So if that's the case, and if they're okay, then you can talk to their family member and just let them know that, I think that they're going through something and that they actually need help. Someone that will give them help. So,
wow,
or if you're in a place where, I don't know, like here, there's like lines that you can call. Can nurses make referrals? I think you can say something, but I think like the physicians are the one that actually write the referrals for the patient. But yeah, you can say something and prompt someone. If it's really bad, there's something called involuntary admission. If it's really bad, you can actually call 911, or whatever in Nigeria you can call for someone to come and help them. If you know that this person is in danger, then at that point, with the law, you can call for help for that person. If not, then you would just have to, like, trust them that they would get help, tell them to get help, or speak to a family member to get them the help that they need. If it's like here where you can call like the suicide hotline, you can call anonymously. You don't have to tell them your name. You can call and say, hey, and then you can also call 911 for a check-in. There's something you can do where you can just call and say, hey, can you guys, I can't remember the term here, what it's called, but you can tell them, hey, can you please check in on someone? I think that they need help. I've done it before for my baby. Yes, I've had to do it for a baby that wasn't gaining weight, and I was concerned about the mom. So I just called them and said, can you please go to this address and check on this baby? Just make sure that the baby is okay. And they'll go and check on the baby and call you back.
Wow,
So,
that's really
yeah.
nice.
Oh, welfare check. Thank you, Channing. That's it. Welfare check. That's what it's called.
Wow, that's amazing. I love the system that is in place in the US for that. I'm not sure where Shay Fumi 65, um, you know, where she's working. I mean, not like working, but like country. But I know in Nigeria, I'm not a nurse, so I'm probably, I think you answered beautifully, Indy. But I'm just thinking how out of my mind, just thinking out loud. That's the word, thinking out loud. By the way, if you're watching and you're a nurse in Nigeria, let us know in the comment what would you guys
Yeah,
do
what would
to
you do?
help
I
with
would love
postpartum.
to know.
A mom, going through postpartum. We watch this and we would love to learn as well. But I think that nurses can talk to doctors, right? You could tell them, I
Yes.
think this mom needs help, can you refer her to, a psychologist or whoever is the right care provider for this person. Excuse me. So I know you can do that. I know for us as midwives in the US, you can as well. You can refer. We can always refer them, or we tell them go see your care, your doctor, and they would do the appropriate thing for you. But also, I feel like as a nurse or as a midwife, you can, like you said, support. I think support is a big one. A mom having support, and that good. It's a good support. I know here in Nigeria, you have, maybe not just here in Nigeria, you have people that they want to come visit you as a new mom, or maybe you're not even a new mom, you've just had a baby, and they only want to hold your baby. And they're expecting food. Like, excuse me, I just had a baby. I can make you food. My only responsibility right now is my baby, okay? I'm not going to clean the house because you're coming and making it clean and sparkling. I just had a baby, So all those things, we like our moms, like for the first 2 weeks, your only job is this baby. Your house is not your job. Cooking is not your job. This is not your job. I know there are women that, you don't have the luxury, or you don't have help or whatever. But I know also in Nigerian culture, it's culturally okay that your mom comes to help, or your husband's mom comes to help. And yeah, I just hope that works for Nigerian moms. Shayfumi is saying some other thing. Indu, can you go ahead and read that, please?
I think she said, just like we said, that nurses can give psychological support, true, or probably a psychotherapist can help too. They can work collaboratively to help the woman regain her senses. That's absolutely true, especially if that's your patient. You can definitely speak to the doctor, like Victoria said about it. Besides, we have to be careful while giving them drugs. So pharmacological approach may not be advisable at all times. True, true. Unless it's like a medication that the doctor has prescribed and you have to give it to them, then you have to give it to them. But I know I'm from Nigeria, so I know that most people, when you talk about mental health drugs, they are very opposed to it. So when they're admitting to taking medication, that means you're telling them that, oh, they are crazy. So you're telling me to take drugs. I'm not going to take drugs. So yeah, you have to be careful. Giving them psychotic drug may not be necessary. Yep. Yeah.
Absolutely. I know we have a pharmacist in the house. Go ahead and let us know what you think about drugs with breastfeeding, because most women are probably breastfeeding during this time. Not all women. Shay Fumi 65 says, I'm also from Nigeria. Yay! Look for that Nigeria emoji and put it, the flag. Let's just what's the word? Do that patriotic thing right now. Okay, that's good. Thank you guys. I also wanted to say this. I know that in pregnancy and when you're breastfeeding, it's not the we try not to do as much drugs as much as, or how would I put it? We try not to do drugs as much because
Because yeah, the
there's
baby
so
can, yeah, breast
during
milk.
breastfeeding and pregnancy is not the best time to be doing it. So thank you so much, Shay, for me. I'm 65 for saying that it's very important. Um,
Yeah.
we're rounding up right now. If anyone has any other questions, let us know in the comment. And if there's something you've learned from this video today, also let us know in the comment. Or if there's something you like Indy to come back and talk to us about, and let's have this chat again. Let us also know in the comments so that we can come back and do this next year. Make sure, guys, that you're following Indy on her Instagram. She posts amazing stuff there. And especially on a YouTube channel. It's called Indy Speaks TV. You'll see the link to that on our Instagram page in our bio. And please go ahead and support her there. And also learn health education. And if you have any questions for her, especially on live videos, would be a great time to ask those questions. Indy, are there any last words you have for us?
No, I think we practically covered everything. This was really, really, really awesome. I enjoyed it. The questions, the interactions, it was fun. Yeah.
Was
Thank you so
absolutely.
much, Victoria.
You're so welcome. Thank you for sparkling that fire. Like, let's talk about this. I love it. I love it. And hopefully your friend that does what is it called? Mental health stuff would someday be open to talking to us about
Of
it. A
course.
bit more about it, especially for our men. For me, I'm so in love with the family as a whole, and not just
Unit. Yep.
talking about women, but also the men. Because if we don't have our men there, it's not it's
A
not
unit. Yep.
it is not complete. Sorry guys, it is not complete. So we are thankful for our men and we want content for our men as well. All right. If you've been with us from the beginning, we want to say thank you very much. We don't take you for granted. We are thankful when people are here and especially interacting with us. Thank you so much, every person that came here on the live with us. If you don't know me, I'm Victoria. I'm a midwife, childbirth educator, and doula, and I'm based right now in Lagos, Nigeria. And I also run a YouTube channel. It's called Victoria Adeyeye. That's my name. And if you want a link to that, it's also in my bio. I wish you all happy holidays, Merry Christmas, belated Christmas, and a prosperous New Year. See you next year. Same time
Bye.
right here on Instagram. Thank you, Indy.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All
Bye,
right,
everyone.
bye.